Did you go live?
There was Gorilla House, then there was the Rumble House. Now there's the Isle of Roux, where no one can tell us what to do. All right. Welcome. We are so glad you made the journey to the Isle of Roux.
I was about 10 years old the first time.
Okay, sorry. All right, can I tell you what that was?
Sure.
Okay. So earlier today, I got one of those notices that said, so-and-so commented on your thing. And I was like, what? And it's something to do with the sharpener. I was like, what the hell? And so like normally I don't think too much about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this case, I was like, I don't recognize that name. I don't recognize that topic. Am I being like misquoted or where the hell did that come from? And so I kept waiting for it to pop up and pop up. Somebody had a video about the Stedler pencil.
Oh.
And there's like lots of people don't realize there's a sharpener in the back. But when I was a kid, I used to pull the sharpener off. And if you blow over it, it makes a dog whistle, a really high pitched whistle. So I just wrote on this stupid thing like months ago that I used to use it to drive my teacher nuts. And then somebody commented, "Bahaha." But I just like, what kind of trauma did I create today? That's my story.
Every day is a new day.
Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours. What's that? What's that behind me?
All of your beautiful artwork?
No, I mean this.
Mail!
Okay, forget about the mail.
Should we
Let's just do the land acknowledgement.
and then we're going to talk about how fun this week was. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on Mohkinstsis is the ancestral territory of the Siksika, Sitapi, the Siksika, the Gaina, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations, Métis, and Treaty 7 lands, the Sutena, Biithkabi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation guided by truths, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands and who now call this place home.
Home. Hi. Sing me the theme song.
First there was Gorilla House, then there was the Rumble House. Now there's the Isle of Roux,
where ain't nobody
no
gonna
one
never
can tell
you
us what to do.
Kelly, there's the link. Could you share the link to me for Zach and Theo and all the happy people? Could you do that for me? I'm running a little behind. We're back to teaching again. Woohoo! Working full time. Actually, at the beginning of the year, you have to do a thing where you introduce yourself and then you say, this is what I did this summer. And what I said was I shut the gallery down. Isn't that nice? Now, hold on. Before you go too far. You're about to tell the mail we got. Can we tell a story about the mail we sent out?
Oh, sure.
Where is it? Is it over there?
Oh, the ones that we haven't sent out yet.
No, it'd be way easier than a Fred Flintstone crusade where we go into the mail department to steal the mail back. That is totally the kind of antics that Fred and Barney would get into. Like Fred mailed a letter to his boss, Mr. Slate, and said he was going to quit, and then found out he got a raise, and then he had to retrieve the letter from the mail. And he would have gone through a whole hijinks scenario trying to get into the mailbox. Then he would have got arrested. Then he would have got away. Then he would have broken into the mail depot. And then he'd have to eventually get into Mr. Slate's office before. I might be just quoting
and he probably would have
episode that actually existed.
Hi, Amanda. Amanda said hi. Okay. All right. So Rich has a new project.
This is my new project. So this is a page from.
We should put this bigger so people can see it. Is that okay? There.
This is a page from Dracula.
Yeah.
And this is another page from Dracula. And what I've been doing is, because we're trying to find uses for ChatGPT, I've been throwing my images into ChatGPT and asking, where in the world should I send this? So then the computer, artificial intelligence, gives me, they think one of them would go well to the Echo Park Film Center in Los Angeles. And so we have a Canadian stamp to which, I can't remember which went where. I think this went here. This will go inside here to Los Angeles. And then inside there will be a self-returned envelope with an American stamp.
What kind of beautiful script is that?
Well, that would be
Taylor?
some of your brand new typewriter. Okay, so, and the trouble we went to get American stamps was actually more than you'd think. And then inside the return letter is a small piece of paper, and it says, this paper should endure 700 years. Please leave a dent. And so what I'm hoping is an intuitive person will open this, paint or draw on here, put it in the envelope, and mail it back. What they could do is peel the stamp off and resend the envelope to someone they like. I don't know. But so each envelope, and then the other thing is, intuitively, this one should not fit into this one. So I'm hoping they'll know they can just keep this.
Oh, and what's written on the back of that?
On the back it says no action required. So this is my no action required painting they get for free and for fun.
Yeah,
that goes there. This is what I'm hoping to get back. I may or may not. Right, there's that.
But that's fun.
And then I got this, which is the other one, and then there's this, and these are all the pieces. And then we'll also document them as we go. Where is Kelly?
Oh, there's Zach.
There's Zach.
Are you getting that?
Yeah. And is Kelly with us yet?
Yeah, Kelly's there. Kelly, hi, Zach. Hi, Kelly.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Zach.
I'm going to be pouring resin again, so.
Zach?
Resin.
Yeah.
I spent all week thinking you were mad at me.
Oh, why?
I said no.
I criticized your moon landing, chemtrail stuff.
No, that's okay. It was funny. I rewatched that episode just to make sure I wasn't out of pocket, and I had a really good time rewatching it. So
that's cute.
Thanks for having me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it kind of embarrassing to rewatch those episodes?
I'm braced for much more cringe.
Oh, okay. That's not what I meant.
Oh.
No, I don't.
I don't get it.
And my imperfections. What I mean is like, so amongst my art friends, including yourself, you are not judgmental, but some of my judgmental art friends would really criticize me for hanging my own paintings. It's like a sign of like, what's it called when you're in love with yourself? Nah.
Oh, a pretension?
Narcissism, yeah. Oh, for sure. So oftentimes when we're done the Isle of Roux, we will put it on just to see what it looks like, which we never did with the Rumble House. We did the Rumble House. People watched it. We had evidence that people were watching it, but we didn't ever look at it to see what it looked like. And with the Isle of Roux, what I find is just while we're tidying up, because we probably spend an hour pulling out and then half an hour pulling down, we'll actually watch a large portion of it right after we shot it. And first of all, this is going to sound super ingratiating, but I actually find it way more interesting than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I get kind of deeply embarrassed of the fact that I'm watching my own broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, Kanye West is listening to his own albums for sure.
I hope so. Yeah. I actually like these movie stars like, oh, I never watch my films. Is like, how would you know if you're getting better? That seems a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Some self-coaching with it. Yeah.
Because we're watching them not to like be, oh my gosh, I'm so awesome. We're watching it like,
am I
to be critical? Right. Yeah.
Like, how can we do better next week? And like, yeah.
Totally. That's where I'm at too. Yeah. So call us pretentious. Call us whatever you want.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So guess what?
Yeah.
We got some mail.
Yeah.
We got a couple mails. Now, on the one hand, Jesse was a little disappointed because we opened up our box and we found 3 items, and then 2 of them were from her mom.
I'm not disappointed.
Wow.
Mom, I love your
Wow,
meal.
can I just finish? I had a good point.
Oh, okay.
What I meant to say was, Jess was a little disappointed. He's like, "Yay!" Because we got this private mailbox for
Yeah.
like fan mail, so we could write people fan mail. And 3 items came, and 2 were from her mom. And then initially, before I had a chance to clarify myself, Jess was a little disappointed, like, "Oh, but it's not like." And I was like, "Isn't that amazing that we've started to build this culture where you and your mom, you see your mom as often as you get mail from your mom, which is pretty amazing."
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's your mom sending all of the mail; it's still pretty wonderful that
And
she
it's
sends it.
from their adventures too, so it's pretty fun. They're in
Right.
Newfoundland.
Did I read the one I got from Robin?
I don't think you read it. No.
Oh, I should read that too. It's part of our thing. Where did it go? It's too much to read. Okay, so here's one of the letters. Can you read it?
This is from Fairyland,
Yeah.
one of Newfoundland's oldest, most historic communities. It was a settlement by the 1620s. Hello, Jesse, Rich, and Felix. Such a historic city, and they love their pubs here for sure. Very few liquor stores, and they don't serve iced tea in the restaurants. It's very hot and wonderful here. Love you all.
Who drinks the iced tea?
My dad likes iced tea, I
I
think.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Iced tea's a baby drink.
And then
Just kidding.
Rich likes bugging Gary.
What?
Rich likes bugging Gary. And then this one
One
says,
time we were at a house for dinner for like Christmas, and I just randomly mentioned my Gary impersonation, and his eyebrows flicked up and was like, "Oh, I guess I haven't done my Gary impersonation for Gary, have I?" And everybody at the table was like, "Jesus, no!" And I have a pretty bang on Gary imitation. It's pretty
cute.
It's pretty tight. I have a lot of faith that I haven't sawn through anything essential here.
And then
But oh yeah, no, I'm good.
the other one was from Newfoundland. So
Newfoundland. It's funny that as a kid, like I often thought of places like Newfoundland sounding like Newfoundland. You know what I mean? Like trying to make sense out of what does Newfoundland mean? But it probably literally meant
new
land that was newly found.
land.
Yeah. It doesn't say much for the people that live there. Okay, there's a piece of this.
One piece down.
There's a piece of this. We have no idea what's in here. So here's something we have not considered, right? The thing where we're like, let's open stuff up online. Like, we have no idea what's in here.
If you want to totally mess with us,
Yeah.
like we don't have an 8-second lagger like the live
what?
TV show.
Oh. It's a perfect fit. Let me get my face in the screen.
That is so good. So this
This is not for my village people outfit. Guess what it's for? Zach Abbott.
Did you get a new? Are you getting into the trades? Oh,
What trade would this be? The sex trade.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I didn't say that. That was somebody else. No, you know what I'm going to use this for? Let's zoom in. Zoom in on me.
you a drama teacher now?
No, but I do puppets.
and Rich started
We have a new well, we're going to go back to doing the space set soon, but I also built a U-boat. Is it a U-boat? Like a
submarine.
submarine. So I needed a submarine hat,
Cool.
and I just mentioned it and it appeared.
Thanks, Scott.
Kind of
Whoa,
chaos.
that's a superpower.
That is
Yeah.
a superpower.
Alrighty. Guess what? My Apple Watch is charging.
That's so weird.
Isn't that nice?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
Your Apple Watch on your wrist still? It's just charging off of you?
Yeah, he has so much energy.
Ask my Apple Watch and why it should have a better battery.
I lost his watch for like 8 years.
It's 8 months.
Oh, 8 months.
You lost my watch for 8 months, and I looked everywhere.
It was in my underwear drawer.
I went as far as blaming one of the kids in my class.
No.
I thought it's got to be beep boop, and it wasn't beep bop.
It was
because
Jesse.
It was Jesse. Jesse's the
It
problem.
fell in Jesse's underwear drawer and was lost to the black hole.
Do you guys remember? Hands up if you remember Galen.
I remember.
Hands up. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgot we did this week.
You know what else we did?
What?
Okay, I got something for you. Have I got something for you? Wait, I just uncameraed my.
Yeah, I was like, sorry.
Ask me why it's funny that I just uncameraed myself. Well,
It's
because
been-
Jesse uncameraed herself
earlier.
and then said the camera was broken, which puts me into turmoil. And I unplugged and replugged and unplugged and replugged until I noticed it.
I was very impressed
User error number 1:
by how many
cables I have.
cables you have.
Have we not talked about this? I have 3 of the same cable for each of my 2 cameras. I need 1 camera. I have 3 cameras, but this main camera, I have
Yeah.
2 of these cameras.
Right.
They cost as much as my favorite bicycle. And I bought 2 of them in case one goes wrong. And I have for every camera 3 cables.
You
And
are
there's 2 computers.
a good backup.
No, but like if you
How do
see
they do
something go wrong on this broadcast, it's because there's been a conglomeration of problems.
Yeah, it's never just one thing.
It's got to be like 60 things at once, or else you're not going to see the problem. And that's why like the blood veins in my head start pounding. It's like, no, it's impossible that this doesn't work. Unless Jesse clicked the camera off, and then it is highly possible that it doesn't work. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Ask me what Galen's doing.
What is Galen doing?
Why isn't it in there? Ask me again what Galen's doing.
What is Galen doing?
Ask me slower what Galen's doing.
What?
I think I blew I think I blew it. Like, I don't think it's gonna be interesting now that I've set it up this way.
Oh no, it's still going to be very interesting.
There's a lot of me clicking around here because
It's fine. I'll just keep talking.
Well, I keep clicking. The
Look
same
at
way.
this. If you would look to peruse the wall behind me, look
I
how
might
nice
start
that
mailing
is.
those out. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go. Maybe it's on the desktop.
Maybe it's over there.
Oh, that's so annoying. Isle of Roux. Oh, there we go. Because I was in the July file.
July. It is not July. It's barely even August.
Tell me, Jessica, what's Galen been up to?
What's Galen up to?
Hello.
Hey, so you mosquitoes. You got bees.
I've got bees.
Well, why did you want to do this?
I don't know. I've liked bees ever since I was a kid.
So just for fun?
They're really interesting.
What are some things you learned about bees since you started doing this?
There's a lot of bees in a little hive. So there's probably 40,000 bees in that.
How many do you think you would get?
Maybe a few thousand.
So what's the difference? Like, how does that affect you?
When you open it up, you notice the difference right away.
Can you open it now?
Not without a special shirt on.
I thought you didn't mind getting bit by bees.
I don't mind getting bit by one bee.
Have you been bit? How many times?
5 times now.
And then, how much you like that?
It's not my favorite thing.
Have your neighbors been bit?
I don't know.
And you got some honey?
Oh yeah,
Can I have some honey?
you could have some honey.
I love honey.
That's good.
Ah, a bee hit my eye. Ah, what's this, man?
I don't know what to say about that. It's funny because I think it's funny.
It's so funny.
Okay.
I like it.
Is Theo with us? Is Theo hiding down there? Kelly, were you able to send a link to Theo?
Yeah, I sent it.
I got a surprise for Theo. Here's our honey that we got from Galen. Boom.
We should sell it at markets.
Yeah, he's setting up different ways to sell his stuff for sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually. Bees are awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about markets.
Oh, I was gonna say bees.
All right, are we talking about art curriculum this week, or are we just painting? I'm open.
You did a really beautiful painting this
While I
week.
was talking?
Are you it's kind of interesting the flow of art, and this kind of has to do with teaching art, is the idea of not making any due dates, because when you're inspired to talk maybe more about art.
Are you talking about teaching?
You
or-
made that beautiful paella painting,
Yeah.
and it's behind us, so I should get out of the way. But it's like, if you paint too
Do you know why I
much-
did that?
Why did you do it?
I was tapped for ideas, and so I just painted some art history. And you should never have artist block. Oh, I got artist block. Never have artist block. Should you ever feel artist block, just force yourself to paint a sculpture.
I love drawing sculptures.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, artist block is like temporary. I've never actually had artist block, but I also like
Because
will inherently just, oh, I don't know what to paint. So
I'll
just
do
flip
this.
their art history book.
yeah, because it's like, it's so satisfying to paint or draw sculptures, especially like,
Well, because so that actually goes back to something that I don't teach in school, but I did figure out while I was in school. Can I talk about it?
of course, that would be great.
So I was in the drawing department, and I asked Richard Halliday, my favorite instructor, what's the difference between drawing and painting, and he did not provide me an answer. Then I flipped over to the painting department, and I asked, what is the difference between painting and drawing, and I did not get an answer. And it's not wet medium, and they give me a lot of things. It's not like I remember. It's not whether it's wet or dry, because you can 100% paint with pencil crayons.
Pause game. Amanda got her 500-word painting in the mail. Yay!
Oh, let's see it. Come join us.
Oh, so you're just saying thank you. I didn't mean to
Oh,
interrupt your
okay,
story.
okay.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's totally fine. So even in art school, there was a drawing department and a painting department, but they refused to enlighten me what the difference was. Left to my own devices, I found this, that I also took a lot of sculpture. Now, sculpture is a funny word because sculpting means like shaping out of form, right?
Yeah.
So if I have a piece of clay and I shape it into something, I'm sculpting it. I'm carving
Would you
away
say
from it.
it's additive or carving
Sculpting.
is subtractive, or sculpting would be everything.
away. I'm sculpting away at it, right?
Okay.
I'm modeling it when I shape it. I'm fabricating when I add to it.
Yes.
But when I'm sculpting away from it. So think forget about clay. Think about having a chisel and a hammer. You're sculpting. You're carving away at a stone. You have a solid block. The block is probably white marble, and when you hit it with a hammer, you reduce it by breaking a piece off, which is just like coloring it black. White is existing, black is disappearing, and you can flip that, right? You could do it out of onyx, right?
Yeah.
Or you could equally take a black piece of paper and color on it with white chalk.
Yeah.
But here's how I figured it. I took a bunch of sculpture classes. I took a few fabrication classes. One of my fabrication classes was a combination of the two, with this really cool art teacher from Texas, and she just the needle.
Was that
What if
close
we
again?
switch slides? What if you stuck it out that way?
That would be smart.
Right? I know. Yeah. Okay. Like it took a while.
It's just
Go on,
because this
figure
is
that.
the ear you hear from. Maybe
That's
you'd be
true.
better both ways.
Here, just tell me if this is distressing. Okay, never mind. Just wait till I'm done. Okay. The sculpture class that was part sculpting and fabricating, we built things together. So you would fabricate out of Lego. Lego, you're fabricating pieces together. If you had a chunk of DAS and you're carving away at the DAS, that's sculpting. We had a final project where we had a choice between reducing or adding. We had a choice between sculpting and fabricating. And in the final product, what I did was I chose to fabricate and then sculpt. So I formed myself a block cube of plaster, and then I got this big Flintstone hammer and a chisel, and I chiseled at it for like 6 hours until it was a sphere. So I turned a cube into a sphere. And I had the idea, what if I did some magic here, and just by loving this shape, somebody could feel that I love the shape. That's a different story. I probably told it before. I'll tell again. But the point of it is in that class, I started to realize that drawing, and also this was the other observation I made. Given the final project, the drawing majors that were in this sculpture class, almost all universally carved their final piece. And all the painting majors fabricated their final piece. And I realized it was like the trigger that made me see, when I have a white canvas, let's flip this over. When I have a white canvas, it's a lot like having a big stone, right? No, backwards. When I have a white canvas, I'm actually pretending this isn't here. It's like negative space. It doesn't exist. And then I take colors and I build into the canvas, and I start to fabricate a shape, a form out of this imaginary space with color on top. And inside, in fact, painting is a little more like Pinterest that way, where the kids often had artwork with a white background, and what they're reading that white background is nothing, right?
Yeah.
In drawing, you see this as a three-dimensional block, and instead of carving away the edge of the paper, instead of taking some scissors and snipping off the edge of the paper, you simply just cover an area and turn it dark, right? You're making that disappear. So really, assuming I'm starting with a white canvas, I could do it with the black canvas and be inverted. But when I start with a canvas and painting, I'm creating form through color and value, and I'm creating depth through those things by adding ideas to the nothing. When I'm drawing, I start out with a solid mass, and whether it's just one single line or half a page, every mark I make is making the form reduce. I'm cutting away from the paper with the dark colors. And the same thing happens exactly if I have a black canvas and a white piece of chalk, and I'm drawing in the highlights. I'm still adding and reducing, right? I'm still doing the one is building out of the imagination, and the other one's cutting out of objects. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like carving away and then building up.
So
drawing is more like,
yeah, and you can draw with wet medium, you can paint with dry medium, but really when you're building form out of color, it's that would be what I call a painting, and when you're building form out of by cutting holes, that would be like sculpting and or drawing. But I don't own the copyright on those words, so you can believe what you want to believe. Here's a funny thing. I really like that we put this new surface on. It's a little bright for the camera. Does that help? That doesn't hurt.
oh, I didn't think about that.
That doesn't hurt. But I'm okay with that for now. What I would say is that my elbows kind of stick to the table. Do yours?
Yes.
So I think I can maybe I'll put a placemat. Oh, there's one. Never mind.
Would you?
No, I'm just going to keep my elbows off the table for now. I'll pretend I'm eating dinner at the
Scott
Zeba house.
Said, speaking of hammers and chisels, I broke my right hand index finger today, unrelated to sculpting.
Which Scott said this?
The cork. It's in a splint for 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Scott, we got the hat in the mail. Thank you so much.
Yes, Theo showed up. Kelly. No, Kelly.
Yeah, I have my hands in resin. What?
Did you send a link to Theo?
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear back from him?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. What should I turn this memo into? All I did was I was just playing with the ink.
That is so nice.
What should I turn that into?
I
A ghostly lake?
was gonna say, because we were reading Dracula, I think of like mountains, and
A mountain castle?
it already is that though. There's like trees
know,
and
sorry,
fog. And,
yeah.
a castle in there though, and then it could go with the unicorn. Sorry, I got too excited.
It's okay. You don't have to be sorry about being excited. I like when you're excited. If you want to call us, you can phone us at 403-629-7424. That's 403-629. Now, we did switch the orientation of our yeah, you know what? It might be, and I was just wondering if I can put this on your head. Do I have consent?
Yeah.
It might be the hat that Jesse wears in the submarine, and I might wear a toque. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna wear? I'm gonna wear my toque and my
Turtleneck.
well, and my Brooks Brothers.
Brooks Brothers.
Brooks Brothers, surely. I'm gonna think about this and make myself a coffee. If you remember that you're on TV,
I'm on TV. Look, I'm starting to do. So Rich had that. Hold on. Rich had this, or has this like cable, like rope, and we always have lots of rope in the gallery for like tying things down on the trolley, and then.
are you having a coffee?
No, thank you. And you can make 2 singles if you want more coffee, I guess.
Right, good idea.
And we always have rope.
Tell me about the rope.
And then we always say Charlie Bronson always got rope. And then
Do you know why I say that?
because it's from a movie.
Do you know what movie? You know what I think we know?
Scott.
Zach.
Charlie
Bronson's always got rope.
Bronson's always got rope. I'm sorry, I'm a letdown.
You're not a letdown. I don't know. I just like, I know every time we touch rope or ask about rope, Rich always says,
Charlie Bronson.
it's what?
It's from a movie.
It's from a movie.
There's lots of shooting.
There's lots of shooting.
2 Irish boys.
Is it the Boondock Saints?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Yo. Deep cut.
From rope. Why do you need rope? Charlie Bronson's always got rope. And then in the end, they need the rope. It might be my favorite line from any movie.
There you go.
That's bold. That's bold.
You know what? I haven't seen that film in a dog's age.
Yeah, either have I. I'm inspired. I'm gonna put it in my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Charlie Bronson's always got some rope.
And actually, so he was making these circles. All of a sudden he started melting the rope into circles, and then he gave me one to do with what I would, and then I started embroidering it onto my linen, and I thought that would be cool as like a base to an embroidery. And then I started doing some lettering, and I was thinking about what word, because we're starting school, I was like, what word do I want to focus on? This, like, just starting up the year, and like what word I'm trying to like remember, and like I don't know, I get like really manic, and so I thought about grace, like the idea of being patient with myself and being patient with the kids and being patient with my friends and my Rich and everybody, because I can get super too excited about stuff. I know it's good to be excited, but like when you don't sleep and then you're like overthinking everything, and then you're like a little manic. So I was thinking about grace.
I thought you sounded like such a damaged woman.
No, I just think about, anyways, so I want to do the word grace.
My husband tells me I get too excited.
No, that's not what
I need to be sadder.
I didn't say my husband.
He only beats me because he loves me.
I didn't say my husband says. I was just like,
Uh-oh.
I get a little bit.
You're perfect. I keep telling you.
No, I'm telling you, I overthink that. I'm like, get too excited about stuff. So
Stop
we're
thinking so
having
much.
trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook.
Who
Is
said
it
that? Who's
possible
that?
the stream was ended or deleted? No. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
You smell so good.
Coconut.
Coconut. So anyway, so
No, I see us on Facebook.
oh, and then what I was gonna
That's a
say
goddamn lie.
was
Whoa, bless me.
I was whenever I get stuck, because you said about block and then you do art history or we talk about sculpture.
I never get stuck.
No, I know, but me neither, because then I start something else because I had that circle of rope. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a word in that rope. And then it made me think of flowers kind of gushing
Unbroken.
over the circle too.
Guess what we got in the mail today? And it wasn't a hat. That was last week. Guess what we got today?
What did we get?
We got a $1 million record. Is this the cover? Yeah. Zach, sitting on the steps of Jessica's mother's house, because we get our mail, we get our personal mail sent to her mom's house, and we get our Isle of Roux mail sent to our mailbox. But like when we order things, we ordered a $1 million record. And just sitting on the porch, porch pirates. We ordered $1 million record, and it's just sitting on the porch all day. Anybody could have took it.
But they didn't. Which is nice.
Are you impressed?
Faith in humanity restored.
Yay!
Yeah. You're not going to protest at all. You're just going to buy the story that I have $1 million record.
I mean, value is, assigned, that's just something we can agree on. It's $1 million record. I'm down. I'm most curious,
Look at it's upside down. Here, let me put it up. The $1 million quartet. Elvis, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Ooh.
$1 million record.
They were all hanging out at Sun Records, and they cut a record of them just playing around in the studio.
Just screwing around.
So that's pretty fun.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna turn it this way.
Oh,
Look at that,
that changes everything.
doesn't it? Okay, there we go. Oh, I know what I need to do. It's this.
How much did the $1 million record cost?
I think it was free.
Oh, yes. The rich get richer.
Wait, it was free for me, or we spent some money on it,
Yeah.
Regular. It wasn't even that.
like $40.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Less than $1 million.
Yeah.
But I when they recorded it. They
Mm-hmm.
Did you just do that?
what? I do it a lot.
Breathe.
Breathe.
I do it a lot.
Okay. That's not the right jar. Shiitake.
Shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake. Well, the new teacher at my school went to my junior high and high school.
Oh, that's fun.
A couple grades below me.
Cute.
This might be too weak.
Where did
All the flowers go? Long time ago.
I was gonna say the paper towel. Grabbed you all the paper towel. I don't know where they
You
went.
grabbed all the paper towel?
Yeah.
People all over the world are like
All of it.
clamoring to wash their hands in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I'm very upset with me
Brutal.
right now.
That is brutal. How that's like COVID days. Like Jesse grabbed all the paper towel. I shouldn't tease you because I know you take everything so seriously. Probably cry about it later. So you laugh.
It depends on what mood I'm in.
You laugh?
And this poor Rich Teru, he like will make a joke and then he'll like look at me and like see my reaction. Because sometimes I will like just laugh and laugh.
She thought it
and
was
then
hilarious the last time.
sometimes I like start crying. And he's
Remember that one time online I started crying? And at first everybody was like, what the hell? And then right away they're like, what did you do, Rich? Like, don't act like we didn't all think it was funny at first.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love that about you. That's not even sarcasm. That's like full on. That's my favorite thing. You hurt that little girl. We're going to mess you up. No, it's just my wife. She loves me. Right? The cowboy way.
It's good times.
Look at this.
I love that.
It's not bad, eh?
It's good.
Extra rib. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's the spine.
Yeah. You got that done fast. Whoa. Is there room over there?
Yeah.
All right. Now I got a spot on this paper. What should I turn that spot into? An X?
I wonder how weird we get, like, from last week to this week, how our moods have
It's right,
shifted.
it's right here on video.
we could do a comparison. Shit.
You know what I'm going to do
Humor gets
tonight,
me.
Zach? You want to know what I'm going to do?
Should I know?
I'm going to do a $1 million painting.
Oh, nice.
Good idea, right?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, here we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, were you asking me about paper towels?
I was just. That's so funny. No, I don't even need them. I was just like, oh, I know I grabbed
Oh,
them.
you need them now. Okay. Here we go. It is on now. So I have to integrate this dot that I did. Into
Oh, that's definitely Johnny Cash's hair.
that's Elvis.
That's Johnny Cash.
He's not there.
Oh. They all have sweet pompadours.
You know, it's like I have such a fondness for these guys, and I've never met them. You know, like I cry sometimes when I think about Johnny Cash. At the end of the year, when the kids are like, let's get Mr. Taylor a present. He doesn't need anything. He's always giving things away. He loves Johnny Cash. And they come in with like a Johnny Cash Lego.
One year they came in with a Johnny Cash. I would cry.
Yeah, in like a special like cup, like in a like a little presentation thing.
Display case.
Yeah.
Oh.
Funny story. So Nifty, good friend of mine at work, right after I offered Oliver a 3D printer, he didn't want it. So then I said, Nifty, you want a 3D printer? He said, yeah. So I gave Nifty a $300 3D printer. And then literally 2 days after I gave Nifty the printer, Oliver said, hey, do you still got that printer? I was like, no. Now, I guess maybe some people would be like, I offered you Go Suck a Lemon. But because Oliver never asks for anything, I immediately checked to see if Nifty still needed the printer. And he's like, yeah, I do. Thanks so much. So instead, I went to go out and bought another printer. So somebody gave me a free printer I didn't need. Offered it to Oliver. Oliver didn't want it. Gave it away. Oliver changed his mind. Ended up having to buy one. So today, I was talking to the fashion teacher who said she spent all summer sewing, but she wished she had a serger. I said, oh, I can give you a serger. And at that moment, Nifty walked in the room. And I said, hey, Nifty, tell Deborah what's going to happen 10 minutes after I give her the serger. And Nifty said, oh, well, someone's going to call him and ask him for it, and he's going to go out and buy one. And I also realized that's what happened with Andy and his day off as well. The day after I gave Andy my day off, I had to rent one for $250 to do my TED talk. Johnny Cash.
It just happens sometimes.
At school, do you know this about me? You might not even know this about me. Do you know that I use the word or the name Johnny Cash at school as a euphemism for I agree? Do you know that about me?
Do you go like with the air gun like Johnny Cash?
I could. That would make probably sense to a stranger. Like if somebody didn't know me, I could do like an air gun and do like an
Like an
Johnny
affirmative.
Cash.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet because I particularly hate air guns. The wall in this photo is the roof of our old gallery.
Oh yeah. It's like the insulation.
Probably poisonous. I don't know if this is really $1 million painting, but
It
it's
will
something.
be. It will be. Zach, are you painting a landscape on snowboarding goggles?
Yeah, I'm trying.
That's
Can
cool.
what is the intention of that? What's going to happen? Hopefully, you won't be snowboarding.
Oh no, you can't use them. But they do. I do have bonus lenses though.
Do you know that
I have much higher end optics as well.
One of my class lessons revolves around like a thought question when I'm trying to get the kids to like think. I tell them that here's my story. In the winter, I go winter cycling downtown on my fat bike. And it's really nice because I have the whole downtown to myself, right? And I usually go when it's about -30. Well, I go all winter, but when I really enjoy it, it's about -30. And like when it's like so cold that I won't be able to see without freezing my eyeballs, I go out cycling. And it's kind of a joy because I'm literally the only person in the entire downtown core. It's like the apocalypse ending of the universe, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing
Omega Man.
I have to take 100%. I have to take 2 pairs of goggles on my trip. Have I told you this before?
No.
I have to take 2 pairs of goggles on my trip because it doesn't take long before my goggles get so fogged up from the cold that I absolutely can't see where I'm going. I have to take the goggles off, and at that temperature, if I take the goggles off, like my eyeballs are literally freeze. Like, so for survival purposes, I have my best goggles and my second best goggles on the bike ride. And I explained to the kids I have to remember which is my second best goggles, or else I'm in deep trouble. Because I'm going to wear 1 pair of goggles, and then I'm going to wear the other pair of goggles after the first pair of goggles fogs up. So basically, I ride out, and I can ride until the first pair of goggles fog, switch goggles, and then I ride home, right? So why is it important for me to wear which goggles first?
Well, if you are the Omega Man, then you'll be chased by
zombies
on the way home. So best pair second.
Nope. Close answer. Very, very good attempt.
Yeah, he said best pair second.
I got to wear the best pair second. You're right.
but not for what? Not for the reason I said.
No, I absolutely have to wear the best pair on the way back. Or else I could be in actual danger.
What's the danger?
Well,
zombies? Are you Omega Man?
I ride until my goggles fog, right? If I go the distance that my better pair will fog, what's going to happen on the way home?
It'll fog.
Oh, your better pair will fog. Uh-oh.
So what I do is I wear.
You got to race the fog.
The second, I wear the second best pair of goggles I have until I can't see where I'm going, And then when I can't move forward because my goggles are too foggy to see, I switch over to good goggles, which means I should, in theory, make it home before they. Now, at some point, it's possible that they switch and my new goggles get less effective than my old goggles. Then I would have to do some like weird, like, do you ski, right? Snowboard?
Yeah.
Have you snowboarded in such extreme conditions that, well, you're in BC, so, but like you grew up in Alberta. So there's been times when you were snowboarding that like the cold became like a health risk.
Oh yeah. Yep. Most definitely.
And then, so what are some strategies you do when it's so cold that you can't see?
Oof. Yeah. Go with gravity. Go with gravity at that point.
You know, and I would say maybe that's actually okay. So definitely my outdoor cycling in the cold. I think it's a bit of a unique thing because I think that, like I said, I'm literally the only guy in Calgary riding downtown. There might be other people riding that day. There are very few of us that get on bicycles when it's that cold. And I know a lot of people will get on skis when it's that cold and not think twice about it. But I get on my bicycle at -40 and people just think it's crazy. But it's like, well, what's your cutoff for skiing? They're like, oh, there's no cutoff for skiing. So there's a couple things that I think complicate the cycling. One is you don't have gravity to take you home, right? You don't have like a big bird that's going to come feed you bourbon if you get stuck on the side of the mountain. And then the other thing is that I think it's got to do with the amount of energy. Maybe I'd have to ask somebody that does cross-country skiing, because I would think within cross-country skiing, you get in a similar situation where your body is so hot and the air is so cold that your goggles are completely like snow scraping. There'll be like an inch of snow on the goggles when I come in the house. And I've seen people that seem to be able to get away with beards and eyelashes in the coldest cold, but I don't know how they pull that off because I feel like I would have frostbite. You know?
Yeah, I'm soft. That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm skiing out here.
Yeah.
Coldest it ever got in my whole career out here was like -15.
When it's really, really, really cold, I'll also wear a parka. So I'm not wearing like mech cycling stuff. I'm wearing the parka that your mailman has, like a military stuck in the winter overnight parka. And one of the things I find about the parka that's really effective is when it's so cold that my goggles fail me, I can put that like Kenny tube on, like You Killed Kenny. And down the tunnel of that tube, I can kind of survive in the extreme cold because you kind of create this false, what would you call it? False environment just in front of your face where you're not going to lose part of a nose or something. Have you ever had any frostbite?
Lightly.
Yeah. I remember one time I was installing signs. Sign installation is really tough because you're often using rubbing alcohol, which changes the freezing point. So your fingers are wet, but it can be like an extra 10 degrees colder if you spill rubbing alcohol on your fingers while you're installing a sign. And I remember I was installing a sign in Gulf Canada Square, and this traveler from Texas had come in, and he was looking for his hotel. And there was like a military guy in charge of the custodial services at Gulf Canada Square. So I'm in the building late at night, and downtown was unlocked but closed. And so this guy kind of wanders in and goes up to the commissioner, and he says, hey, I'm looking for this hotel. And the commissioner is like, I'm going to tell you that you've got frostbite on your nose and you need to go to the hospital. And the guy's like, no, it'll be fine. And it was weird because he was from Texas. And he had a Texas accent, and he was here on oil business, but his brain wouldn't accept that it was possible to be damaged by the cold. He just thought that the ex-military Canadian guy was just being a baby about it. Like, stop being such a baby. I'm just going to go to the hotel and warm up. And but like I remember, how can I word this? The look of his face. I don't think I would have noticed. I was like on a ladder putting a sign up,
Mm-hmm.
but I was near enough that when he said, you need to go to the hospital or you're going to lose your nose, I looked down and like I have nightmares of this guy's face because he looked pretty normal except from his nose was like frozen.
Like, was it white or black?
I'm gonna say I probably have a false memory because I remember
Right.
I remember like the gore I've seen on the internet
Right.
in place of the memory, but I remember it was otherworldly. It was like I said, I wouldn't have noticed that the fella's face was damaged
Right.
if the commissioner hadn't pointed out that it was damaged. But after he mentioned it was damaged, I just remember looking. It was like I could see through inside him through his nose.
No.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I do have 100% of false memory of what it looked like. Is the first thing that flashes into my mind is that guy with the black fingers that are like dead. He's got like 3 dead fingers that he's tapping on a table, and they're just waiting for them to break off. And so I picture this black frozen nose, which I know isn't. I don't even see it from the right angle, right?
Right.
Like, I'm remembering an image I've seen on a computer screen that reminded me of this guy when I was on the ladder. I can remember the ladder. I can remember seeing myself on the ladder. I do not remember the guy's face at all. So I have the wrong image there. I have an image. It's not the right one.
Memories are very interesting.
Yeah, aren't they? Okay, I don't know how to do this, but
Let it dry, and
it's
then
kind of loose, eh?
yeah.
I want it to be better. I want it to be a better painting.
Well, it's hard to work on that canvas with the
it
ink,
doesn't work, but I like that it doesn't work.
But let it dry, and then you have like
Like it looks like a grade 4 drawing, but I really struggled because it doesn't work on this canvas. At
I
all.
don't think it does look like a very paint.
Well, that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on a week from now, thinking, "What genius am I?" But right now, I'm not feeling the genius.
Just let it dry, and then your paper's over there.
Is nobody going to phone me at 403-629-7424? Is nobody going to phone me? Tell you what I'm going to do. I gave up eating sugar. If you don't phone me and stop me, I'm going to eat this whole jar of honey.
Rich.
Probably have a seizure. Okay?
It's good anyway.
Who's going to stop me?
I don't
403.
think you should threaten people.
We're turning into jackass here. 403
Yeah, I was like, that's
629
not a very nice.
7424. I'm going to drink this jar of honey. Stop me.
It is good for you, you know.
No.
Natural honey.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought we gave up sugar.
Well, like, it's not good to do that all the time, but
Should we have a little spoonful of it? Have you ever?
spoonful of honey.
There's some missing. One of us has had some honey. Was it me or you?
We both did. I think you did.
How do you do it? You gotta get a spoon and heat it up, right?
Don't do it here on front of the art.
Don't eat honey on the front of the art.
Mm-hmm. You do it over a sink so then the honey can get.
Well, then it becomes my art. Should I put it in my coffee? I feel like if I do, I won't get the full effect.
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, I found the paper.
I said it was over there.
Everything I say is so funny. Now giggle. Do it, giggle. You're a good wife. You make me feel very funny. Sometimes when I'm not trying to be funny, what was the thing that happened in the car? And you're like laughing. I was like, I don't know what you're laughing at, but you're starting to hurt my feelings. What was that? Do you remember?
No.
It was on the way to work today.
Oh, was it today?
Yeah. You're like laughing so hard. And I'm like, I don't know what branch of the autism tree I fell off today, but I don't know what's funny. Okay, here we go. Galen's honey. Nobody's going to stop me?
I think people are like happy that you have honey from Galen.
Mm-hmm. Do you know for Robin, because I didn't have money, I wouldn't have like things like juice. But what I did have was honey and lemons.
Aww.
And I used to make her drinks out of honey and lemons, and we'd call it booger water because at the bottom of the lemon drink would be that boogery honey texture. I'm gonna say that was way too sweet, but I liked it. Will you have some honey,
Sure.
sweetie poop?
honey?
How do we even know that Galen like made the honey properly? You know what I mean? Did you take a big spoonful? You're a psychopath.
How big did you take?
How much did you take?
Like a spoonful.
We give up sugar is why this is a big deal. If you want to get crazy over a half spoonful of honey, try giving up sugar. Guess what today is? Hey, Kelly, guess what today is?
She's doing resin.
Oh,
Her hands might be busy.
okay.
Today's Rex Manning Day.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
Zach, guess what today is?
1 second. I'm just trying to figure out my mic here. What day is it today?
It's 3 years sober. 3 years sobriety day.
3 years sobriety day.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. 3 years.
3 years, no drinky poo.
1,095 days.
Crazy, eh?
Whoa.
Guess what?
What?
I think drinking's stupid. It took me 3 years. It took me 3 years to think about it. Like 2 years, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I've lived without drinking for 2 years. But 3 years, and I'm just like, I don't think I'd go. I don't even really miss it. You start to grow away from why it was important. And the other thing is, like, this summer felt like 8 months compared to like a drinking summer. So you live a lot more.
Time is different.
Yeah.
Record, investigate, communicate, and articulate and evaluate. Oh, should I evaluate one of my paintings? Seems a little scary to do online. Encounters. I'm not going to teach the whole thing. I'm just going to pick something out of here.
Yeah, so I like the first day we kind of went through the
Just like we spent
the words.
2 Isle of
The layout.
Roux talking about the first 2 pages, and that should give you an idea of how you can dive into this and never come out. But what I find is that it's just so deep. The best way to do is to print it off and cut it up and make it into circles.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first one we did actually a pretty good job of like the literal, like looking at the words. The second one was more of the philosophy.
Objectives.
And then it's just nice if you flip through and see like
Yeah.
what's interesting.
Yes, sometimes you're drawing what you see, sometimes you're drawing from your imagination. Students will develop refined drawing skills and styles. Students will draw with confidence in consolidation of head-to-hand skills. Head-to-hand skills is a good challenge. Students will develop and refine drawing skills and styles. These are all repeating. Personal selection, criticism. Oh, I like this. Students will use the vocabulary and techniques of art criticism to interpret and evaluate their own works and the works of others. Boom. I'm going to use some art terms to evaluate and discuss one of my paintings. Just reaching back here. What do I have? Oh, not that one. Not that one. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, they look so nice up there. You did a nice job of putting them up there.
Thank you.
Next week, I will I'll put up one of my paintings, and what I'll do is I'll evaluate it using art. I'm going to print off a list of art terms.
Nice.
That's actually an interesting way to do that, though. That was a sentence with no nouns or verbs. If you printed off a list of art terms and they just had that like word list of art terms, and then you said, use these words to evaluate your.
Nice.
Do you know where that little art book is that has all the art terms handy?
I think so.
I drink Zivia, sugar-free. I'd recommend it to you and your family when you're doing an online broadcast.
Who was it? Steinbeck that wrote Cannery Row?
Yeah.
I
Why?
just saw Of Mice and Men.
Right. We're taking another road trip next year, Zach. If you want a caravan to San Diego. I
Can we go to the Getty?
I thought what?
Can we go to the museums?
You know what? This year we hit all the museums. Next year we're gonna hit animal things. So my favorite
cool.
is called Cannery Row, and we're gonna cut through Monterey where that was set, and there's a Monterey aquarium, and then we're going past Disney, so we got to take Felix to Disney again. And then we're going to go to the San Diego Zoo. And then I'm going to do some research to see how well SeaWorld holds up against the Vancouver Aquarium. But we want to go aquariums. I just got to find out if they're like ethically.
Yeah, sound.
Ambiguity.
Here's the list of art terms. Are you ready? Abstraction. An abstraction does not mean random. I'm not reading. I'm just telling you. A lot of kids think abstract work means like it doesn't mean anything, but it means the opposite of that. An abstraction is when you paint the soul of a thing rather than the surface of the thing, right? If I were to paint your face literally, I'd put a nose and two eyeballs. If I was to paint an abstraction of you, I would paint like a glowing ball of sunlight, right? Allegory is a device whereby abstract ideas can be communicated using images of the concrete world. So an allegory is an abstraction narrative where I use literal images to create that abstraction. So I think a good example of an allegory would be
The cave?
that is
that's a story.
no, I'm trying to think of an example of an allegory. I'm thinking a vanitas. So vanitas is like if I wanted to create a vanitas for Zach Abbott, I would get a spray can and a spray mask and a toque and maybe a pair of ripped skateboard pants, a pair of skate shoes, and a paintbrush and
I think like a spruce tree branch.
yeah, an olive branch for his peacefulness, and I would create like a still life of objects that represent Zach Abbott. Ambiguity, my favorite word. It's more than unclear, you know. I'm intentionally ambiguous about almost everything I do. And I guess I count on people to know that. Because sometimes they think I'm saying I guess I use ambiguity the way a lot of people use sarcasm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I'm intentionally ambiguous, but I'm never sarcastic.
Yeah, truth.
Well, I don't have a problem with ambiguity because I'm intentionally letting you know that I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking. Appropriation is when you steal stuff from other people. We were reading Jesse's book the other day, and I noticed she kept saying copyright infringement, copyright infringement. A lot of her good ideas sounded really familiar.
I got all my best ideas from Rich Daru.
I have good ideas. Do you know who steals my ideas? Rich Daru. Rich Daru. Areas of competence. Okay. Now, do you know that I grew up with this painting in my house? And what my mom did was she took plates out of an art history book and framed them. And so she had a wall full of paintings in her house, hung salon style, of little tiny paintings. Now, the strange thing is I wholeheartedly remember this painting being in our dining room. And I remember it having texture like paint strokes, but it's not possible that it did because I know that she got them out of areas of competence are the competencies that range from a particular medium. Certain kinds of expressions are far more suited to a medium than other. For example, silver point is perfect for making delicate and precise drawings, but is not suited for making powerful expressional works. Now, I would say this concept is bullshit. And it's something to keep in mind, but it's not a real thing. So when I say areas of competence, I would not in any way encourage somebody to say, this is the wrong tool, this is the right tool. But I would say there are considerations you can make. There aren't right and wrongs, but there's considerations. So knowing when to use watercolors and knowing when not to use watercolors kind of also includes knowing when you shouldn't use when you should use watercolors because you shouldn't use watercolors.
Right. Intentionality and knowledge.
Right. So that's a rule that you're intended to break. Right. But yeah, so it's just talking about how Silver Point works one way for the others, but I would guess to some extent that's actually what Halliday kind of did to break my love for aerosols, is he talked about how I didn't touch the canvas, and it kind of put a hole in it, which was good and bad. Maybe I saved some brain cells, but I was also deathly allergic at the time. Not deathly. I had a rash from my aerosols. And some chalks, some pigments. I mean, it's funny because I remember also thinking things like, I have a mask, but it's over there. And I would just paint all night in the graffiti stairwell. And when it came out, and if I blew my nose, the boogers would be like whatever colors I was painting with. And I knew it was bad for me, but I couldn't imagine it hurting me, right? Like, or maybe I must have. You can't feel it hurting you when you're young, so you're like, I can't imagine why I thought that would be okay. It's not until it's not okay. And meanwhile, all your instructors were like, oh, I used to be a printmaker, but I became allergic to everything and I can't do that anymore. And so at the same time that you're like recognizing that the old people can't practice in their fields, you're still like massively abusing your. Did you have any of those? Any of those weird, like, yeah, you were just telling me last week you clay.
About clay, yeah. Because it's like
you know you should be more careful, but you're just not.
It's that idea of like when you're young, I went and
but
then
we're not even young, we still do it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm getting old and I feel it in my lungs.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
But still, also that
and
thing
it's
where
like a post thing because I've already done it because the silica.
Now, is this a thing that you don't admit to me, or a thing that you don't experience? The thing where it's like when I'm painting and I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm not going to go to the bathroom because I'm almost done what I'm doing. And so I'm sitting there doing the poo-poo dance. And it's like, I know that I have to go to the bathroom, but like a 4-year-old, I just have to finish what I'm doing before I can go. You either don't admit to that or you don't do it.
It's not even just painting. It's like, I will, like, if I'm like doing something, if I'm like even dishes or like reading, or it's like, I'm curating my actions. Like I want to finish this. And if I'm doing the dishes and there's always sets of things and I want to finish a set of things, like I don't want to leave like one.
Right.
So it's like,
but sometimes you get the cramp. Like, I know I have to go to the bathroom, but why don't I?
And then it's even worse because this is what happens is I'll be doing that. And I'm like, hey, like one more like spoon, then all the spoons are finished. And then I'm just going to go because I like washing the dishes. It's like satisfying to me because I like, but then you'll like ask for something or do something and like, hey, hold on, but then it's like, but no, I need her to wash them next and then I have to, but you're like, but you were just doing that, like I need to do this, and then no, you don't like oppose, but it's like it just seems weird because I have these like layers in my head of like what I need to do.
In my case,
so yeah, I understand completely.
I'll ask you something, and no, I'm expecting you'll say no.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't because I also want to help.
Say yes, what you mean is yes
in like 20 minutes,
not right now. Yeah, and I'm like, like this is something I could totally do for myself. I'm trying to stay out of your way. And so I'll ask you if you mind like helping out with something.
So
you're like,
being just
you'll say yes. And then I'll be like, but you didn't do it.
Where'd you go? And I'm like, oh, there's a layer of like so many things I'm trying to
when I worked at Jambo Java, I had a studio downstairs, and there was another artist, Aaron Jarvis, who used to get his week. He was a server, and he would get his coffee before he went on his shift at Jambo Java. And I think it was around the year we both finished art school, so neither of us really wanted to talk to another painter to save our lives, right? But I was in my studio painting, and I went upstairs for a coffee, and one of the girls that worked there was like, "Hey, Rich," because I worked there and I had a studio downstairs from Jambo Java, right? And so while I was in my studio time, I went upstairs to get a coffee, and whoever was on shift was like, "Hey, Rich, can you watch the store while I go to the washroom?" I was like, "Sure." So I'm just standing behind the till, and Aaron walks in. And I've been serving him coffee for a while, and he looks at me. I've got paint on my hands. I got paint on my pants. And he's like, "Oh." I was like, "Whoa," because I'd seen paint on him too. And so I didn't hate him, but we kind of had like an understanding that we weren't going to talk about being artists, right? Because we're like sick of art school kind of thing. And so finally he's like, "So you are a painter?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And then it was like two gunslingers, like, "You know who I am, don't you?" And so I remember we kind of like were skirting around whether we were agreeing that we would like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he, to his credit, I think he posed the question. Because he said like something, and I would probably say, "Well, I'm not really working right now. I got painting downstairs." And he's like, "You got a studio downstairs?" And maybe like of the graduates that he went to U of C and I went to ACAD, but maybe we were the only two people that actually got studios after we graduated. Everybody else was like, getting a job in their dad's whatever, getting a job in the mail and whatever. And the crutch of the story was he very bluntly asked me if I ever shit my pants in the studio. And I was like, "No, but I see where you're coming from." And then having acknowledged that, I think we became friends based on the
seriousness.
"How often do you shit yourself?" question. I thought it was a pretty weird. Nah, I thought I 100% understood why that was a question he would ask, but I hadn't, because the washroom at Jambo was quite near my studio. But definitely, I hopped down that hallway on one leg, screaming blue murder, because I was trying to get a painting to work and it wasn't working, and it left it too long. Degas? Who was that again? Who did I just appropriate from?
Yeah.
Degas. How's that for wonderful? I wasn't thinking, I wasn't reading. I stole the painting, and then I was able to look at my own painting and say, "That looks like a Degas." You were better at recognizing names of paintings. When you recognized that painting or the sculpture, I was really super like envious and impressed, because I begrudgingly studied art history, and if I had one regret about art schools, I wish I enjoyed art history more. I worked hard enough. Sorry,
no.
But I wish the time I spent in art history, I wish I'd allowed myself to really enjoy it the way I do now.
Mm-hmm.
And things had to change, and the world had to shift for me to really get in. And even now, I recognize when I'm trying to get the kids excited about art history that I'm pitching them a loaf of bread when they're living off a cake, right? Like I'm giving them a bread muffin when they were expecting one of those. What's that?
Crave.
Yeah, 100% crave. They're wanting an icing crave cupcake, and I give them a bran muffin. Doesn't even have raisins.
It's gonna sustain you longer, though. They'll learn that. I was just thinking about Alexander Elliott's book talking about sight and insight, and like the first chapter is about having a room in the city of art.
We can read that online.
And yeah, that's really lovely. And he talks about how everyone experiences art, and some people come and they rent a room and they stay there for a long time and they like live it. Oh, look, it's the Sphinx. Here, I'm going to show. Look at that.
All right, that's going to be our convoy.
Look.
We're going to Africa together.
Oh, I'd love to.
Seriously, I'm not kidding.
Let's go. You want to go to Egypt?
Yeah,
Look at
100%. Have you?
You
been
want to
there?
do Budapest first? Yeah, I've been inside there.
When did you go?
Early 2000s. Yeah,
When do you actually think you'll go again?
with you, and when we booked the tickets.
Well, we're probably a couple of years away from that, but within the
Yeah, yeah,
years, in under
definitely.
5
Next 5 years. Yeah, that's like. I was like, we got in a late, like, you can't go to the Valley of the Kings anymore. Can't go into the pyramids anymore. You know, tightening it up. But we saw a laser light show on this guy.
So what do you do if you can't go in? Do you go nearby and then they show you?
Yeah, you just camel around and get totally taken for a ride, and both financially and by a camel.
Yeah. Taking a ride.
But then you have some, then you can smoke some hookah and drink some Coca-Cola from the glass.
Gotcha. Is that dry or is it
Buy
soap?
some nice silver. You can buy some really nice silver, some nice fragrances. The markets in Cairo were crazy.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, super nice fragrances, like those essence shops, they call them. Or when I was there anyway, it's an entirely different world now, I bet. But
I'd love to get myrrh.
Can I put this?
yeah, totally. Yeah. Some Egyptian jewelry, some fragrances, some
This
Yeah.
probably don't need it anymore.
Hmm,
In the mirror.
what else does it need? I need some I need to put dark black comic book lines in it, but
No.
No.
it's feeling good. It's feeling good.
Resist the lines. Can I tell you what you should put?
Yeah.
Sunspot.
Like a sun, like
Like the light is just glinting off the side and it's
oh.
one glare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, glare.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till it's dry. Don't touch it till it's dry.
Yeah.
Don't you touch
What
it.
are we talking about? Are we talking about like a star, like a gleam, like a bling? Like,
You're on your own.
okay, yeah, tight. Okay. But it does need highlights possibly
Not that I
too.
don't
Like
want
a
to
nice
help you
little,
because I would love to give you some ideas, but I think you're on a path.
yeah. I'm sculpting this.
Oh, guess what?
It's looking good.
I
What?
have another coffee. Because I made two.
Nice. Hey, I'm supposed to shout out a local sculptor, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's this guy. He's having a hard time. He sculpted this wild piece that was on Main Street, and it's these cars here. Let me get it up here. Sorry, but they're gonna move it, or they took it down, and they're gonna move it to Georgia. And then a whole four people said don't put it here, and then the city had to like withdraw the sculpture install, and so we're trying to
Too shocking.
yeah, it's this one, the Trans Am Rapture. The sculptor's name's Marcus Bocox. He's a buddy's buddy. He's a art teacher.
There's an art teacher and he made such a scandalous painting they had to move it.
It's a sculptor. It's wild. Check it out. Trans Am Rapture. Oh, here. Maybe I'll do this. I should have done some homework on this. I'm embarrassing. This is my guy here. This funky thing.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What's the last word? Trans Am.
Rapture.
Sure. Oh,
Can
my
I see it again?
Here.
And then did they move it because it's dangerous? Like it might tip?
It might have just been
Violent?
it might have been the Olympics. It might have been the Olympics that it came down for. No, that's not true. It was let's see, residents push back. Dun, 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 dun. CBC News. This towering sculpture was in Science World, removed in 21 because it was weathering and there's some birds living in it.
Oh.
It's the thing about public art.
Yeah.
Everybody hates public art, even artists.
Yeah.
It's true though. I really think that's why, really, the on the public art that get the non-sanctioned public art, I think, is probably the key for the future.
Yeah, nice. I'll stick to that. But shout out Marcus, and good luck. Good luck with getting that tower back.
Yeah.
Are they
that's
looking
hard.
at putting it back now? Like they moved it away and now it might come back?
Yeah, like and then now there's like argument about whether that's the spot for it, and so they're kind of stringing them along, I think.
Can I tell you how happy I am to not be involved in anything like that anymore? And Rumble and Gorilla was nothing like that, and yet we would get the spillover all the time. And even just little things like I go down that street. Well, it's right outside my window, and the street light's fixed. I'm like, oh my god, the street light, that would have saved so much trouble, like. And then it's broken again. And I'm like, Jesus, like, I'm just so glad to not have any connection to the stupid decisions that cities make. Like at every turn, whether it's a small business or an art project or, a venue, it's like, all right, here's a conspiracy theory. I honestly wonder if they just like want to destroy everything they don't have control over. Like you have a good idea and you're going to make a thing work, and they do everything possible to screw you. And then when you've got nothing left, they'll sanction somebody else to do what you did. And then they'll start sending you messages saying how much they miss you. And, what a great idea for you to do it again. You're like, I'd rather die. But maybe I need to work on my positivity.
No, I think it's fair if you see patterns like that.
Well, I'm glad to not be involved in any way with something where I have to compromise myself to
Like constantly.
a civic deity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it really took hold when Cindy was struggling with her park after 25 years of running Blues Fest, to have to scramble and find a new park, and like just the lack of consideration. It's, you know what? No consideration would seem fine. A lot of the decisions at cities and civic unions and even like people that complain to be, or people that claim to be there to move art forward and to move the community forward. It's just like everything they do is just the worst answer ever, right? They just it's you want to think they don't think, but it's actually, it feels like they're sabotaging. And I can't believe that anybody would put that much energy into sabotaging something. What, you could sabotage it way easier, but the solutions they have for things are, I'm rambling.
No, you're empathizing with the frustration.
I might be triggered too from like my own frustration.
That's okay.
But
yeah, the bureaucracy is enemy of the artist for sure.
And it's worse when they claim to be on the side of the artist.
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, exactly. Double.
Or if it's the arts organization that's tearing you
That's
apart.
the bureaucracy. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Just don't pretend. Just... Here's a good shout out too. Tomorrow night, I'm interviewing a lovely author and singer. I'm just going to get their book here. At Shelf Life. Laurie Tiernan flew in from Japan So they live in Japan, and they're like performer, singer, everything. And this is their poetry book, 55 Ways to Survive. And so I'm going to be interviewing Laurier tomorrow at Shelf Life Books.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool. Look at that picture. There's drawings, and it's a bilingual poetry book. So Laurier is. Sorry, I know I swooshed in with you. I can't even get off. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Sorry. That was. I appreciate your reminder of the shout outs, Zach. That was.
I told some friends I was going to be on this evening, and it's like, hey, can you plug my artist buddy? And I was like, oh yeah. And like Trans Am Rapture is a pretty rad sculpture, so
Yeah.
That's really cool.
yeah, it's iconic. But and it's it's kind of anti. Anti the man. So
Ended up not being about flowers. Yeah, death by jury.
Yeah. Yeah, truly. The only way to get stuff done is just to do it. Oh, man.
Yeah, the rules, huh? The rules are so tricky. No one's following the rules.
And they
Even the
changed.
ones
That made
demanding, and even made them, yeah.
and
Yeah.
they change all the time depending on.
I
who-
actually had that conversation today because I'm going
It's a good one.
to be teaching a class that's going to require computers. And so 2 months in advance, I just went and asked, what can I do to make sure that I don't ever have to debate anybody about the computers? And the answer was, and like everybody's super supportive, everybody's doing the best they can. But it was like, I'm never going to advocate for when somebody comes and goes, oh, I signed this out right and you signed it out wrong, right? Like, I'll just be like, fine, I'll do something else. And so, like, the rules change. Like, you get what you want if you put the red star forward, or you get what you want because you didn't put the red star forward, And then, so like, whoever's like, and everybody I've ever dealt with, teachers are bad for this, that they just change the rules for how you book things, based on how you book them. If it's whoever has it written down in the book gets it, and that's the way it is, and you just have to live with it and do better next time. The next time it'll be like whoever's room it's in first gets it. So I'm just not like,
You don't play those games.
well, like when I'm going to get fierce, I'm going to get like throwing tables fierce. And if it's not worth throwing tables fierce, I'm just going to walk away. So like I walked in to the library and I said, keep me out of a situation where somebody comes and tells me I can't have the computers because they booked them. Right. And then as a courtesy, the librarian called me over because another teacher wanted to book them. And I just kind of like, that this is what I said yesterday. And then I started getting the pitch about, well, their class mattered more, and I was just going to have to go and talk to somebody else and figure something out. And I was like, I'm not even talking about the computers at this point. I'm talking about this conversation where I already said I'm not going to fight, right? So and it seemed to go mostly unnoticed. Like, I'm trying to like explain, like, do you remember when I said doesn't matter how I book it, somebody's going to come in and roll on me? And the next morning somebody came in and like preemptively rolled on me.
Preemptive rolling.
2.5 months in advance, I got rolled out of my,
And it's a computer course. You're teaching a computer course.
The computer source I don't have to worry about, right? Like if I was teaching a computer course and it so happened that
You didn't have computers.
that I didn't have computers, I'd go to my art room and teach an art course and say,
Right.
well, you didn't give me computers.
Right.
It's the best job I had. This is a class where it's like they need computers, but it's not written into the course. Like the way we do the course, everything we do requires computers. So I'm in a compromised position because I need computers, but I won't have them. So I tried to book some. And I just said, give me the way to book computers that it won't have any friction. Because when the friction comes, I'm either going to get walked on or I'm going to lose it. And I don't want to lose it. And like the next morning, even just trying to describe, like, this is the part where I get walked on, turned into a situation where it's like, meh. So, and nobody means anything by it. Like, these are people I love.
Like you
These
said,
are
they're
people I
all doing
support.
just, yeah.
These are people that I would run into a train for. It's just, I'd started out by saying, I'm going to run into a train for these people if they need me to. So find a way that I don't try and teach this class on paper, you know? And I don't know how to word it. I had a very similar conversation with Kevin when we were in Disneyland, because I wanted to go to a certain area and we were at that area. And his solution was we go to the other side of the park and work our way back to the area. That way we would be in the area I wanted to be when it was time to sit down and have rest. I was like, sure. Seems kind of backwards, but we'll give it a try. The next day we were in the area he wanted to be. And I suggested the same plan. And he's like, that would be crazy. We're already here. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't actually care where we're at, but I need the logic to stay the same throughout the day. And there we were, like, barking at each other like children in Disneyland. I'm sure lots of people do that, like have like big, heavy discussions about feelings. But a lot of times I'm talking about the way we talk and people are worried about what we're talking about. I'm like, I'm not even talking about that anymore. I'm just like, here's a story about a guy that wanted to avoid conflict. And it took less than a day to find a conflict.
It's hard because.
Oh.
Well, and some
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I don't know how to paint.
you ran out of paint?
No, he's
No, I don't know
You
how.
know how. You know how. You know how.
Are you able to see our screen, or are you just kind of working like?
Yeah, I got you. I think I'm watching a delayed version though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, currently I'm working on a painting about a car.
Oh yeah.
Guess what
Is
kind of car?
that a Z28? What am I looking at here?
Trans Am.
Ooh, the Trans Am Rapture. Shout out Marcus.
I think I will send this to you to give to him. Can you do that for me?
Oh, cool. Yes, that would be rad. Buddy would flip.
Will you be able to find him somehow?
Yeah, so the guy he sent me his there's a petition that's like being signed.
See,
Nice.
petitions.
So yeah, right, yeah. But anyway, the guy who asked me to plug Marcus is his neighbor.
Oh, cool.
You know what I
Yeah,
want to
so-
see? Is that I want to see a recording of all the petitions that worked.
Hmm.
Show me something that changed because
yeah. If
Show-
voting were, if petitions work, they wouldn't let you do them.
yeah, well, like I'm not saying you're wrong about the voting either, like
Yeah. But
this is weird too because I mean Bob Dylan didn't go to the protests, and then he made his fame off of writing protest songs. And then when they're like, "How come you don't go to the protests?" He's like, "I never went to the protests," and he didn't want to go. It wasn't his jam. And then so one day I stopped and I thought, like, I know that Martin Luther King marching on the Capitol had an effect, but now it's like they like when you march and you don't get what you want. So I wonder if like marching and protesting, what changes happen other than like the people in control just sit back and cackle,
mm-hmm.
We're annoying the masses.
Or do something wrong and reason to Yeah. Yeah.
Heavy foot, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't be political, and I'm not saying don't protest, but like what I want to see is
Mhm.
evidence that protest had effect. I mean, kids at school are petitioning all the time. You know,
Hmm.
get rid of Mr. Tayroot. No, I'm kidding. That's actually maybe that petition is the one that they should listen to. But I've never actually seen that one. Maybe because they wouldn't show it to me. But they'll often have petitions that are like repeats on Fridays. It's like, dude, like you can petition.
We
your
don't
face-
even have enough computers for you to actually teach.
Yeah, we're not going to. Welcome to not going to happen. Now,
We need an economics course.
there's probably 10 or 15 years where kids petitioned the baseball cap ban because we used to fight with kids about baseball caps.
Now there's a
and,
bigger fish to fry.
Well, no, I think the change came when I had a principal who was empathetic enough to consider this thought. I said, you know, this is a thing, okay? Teenagers go through stressful changes, right? And there's often young men that start to lose their hair in high school, and they might be feeling self-conscious and might be wearing a baseball cap because they feel self-conscious about it. And amazingly enough, the principal that changed our rules on baseball caps came from when she considered, you know, her people in her family had anxiety about hair loss, and she was able to empathize and say, yeah, why not let a guy put a cap on his head if he's more comfortable and it helps him learn, you know? So that was a pretty huge.
It's a nice moment. Yeah.
Now, when the kids, I fought for that for like 17 years. I fought to get baseball caps allowed in school. And then the kid comes in my class, they got their cap pulled down, they got the headphones in, they got the hoodie on. And it's like, dude, like, do you have any idea how long I fought to get you permission to wear that cap? And you're going to get it taken away from everybody. Should you use the lip of that cap to hide your identity, right? I do remember walking into a bank. It was in Vancouver, and this was before COVID. But the teller was telling the guy in the bank he couldn't come in with the baseball cap. The reasoning for that was bank robberies, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. The cameras.
Yeah. However, there was two women in the same bank wearing like bonnets, and he's like, "Welcome, they get hats," and I was like, "That's a valid point, my friend." Like. Maybe your problem is you do look like a bank robber, but
maybe your problem is.
Well, I know when I look sketchy, you know, like I know that depending on how I dress, if I get pulled over for speeding, I'm gonna have two very different reactions. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming home from the gallery, it's like hands on the hood, full cavity search. I'm coming home from school in a button-down t-shirt, button-down collar, and
it also just depends on who's working.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
I've been told to take my sunglasses off when I forget to take my sunglasses off.
By a police stop?
No, at a bank. At 17th, on 17th.
They say, would you mind taking your glasses off? Or?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that. I've never seen that. I don't think maybe I wouldn't walk into the bank with my sunglasses on. Maybe they're just afraid to bump into people.
Yeah. Just clumsy.
Okay.
Did I tell you Alvin found one of my drawings I did in 2020 and sold it at Rumble? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Amanda, that's a fun story. Did he take a picture of it?
Where was it?
At the Goodwill.
Did you buy it?
Did he buy it? Did he take a picture?
I do believe now is the time where people that bought artwork at Rumble House and Gorilla House are starting to transition and move. And I do appreciate that instead of throwing the artwork out, they donate the paintings back to Goodwill to be resold. I think that's pretty wonderful. Mm-hmm. I think like when we were in school, there was these amazing stories about the tragedy of finding your artwork in a Goodwill, but I think it's an indication that your work was valued.
Different times. Yeah, exactly.
Who the hell cares?
Times they are.
So the French version of The Simpsons is being canceled.
There was a French version? Obviously. And it's being canceled.
Quebecois.
Is
Appropriation.
Simpson still going in English?
Yeah, I guess they've got like 32 years of French for Simpsons they can watch, and then Authenticity and Outsider.
That's so cool, Amanda.
Autobiography. Balance. Balance is a good one.
Beauty.
Bound. Brush techniques. Oh my god, I don't teach this.
I don't either.
Right? Go stuff.
It's like, well, that's just something you learn as you go. Like if you
Yeah.
don't play
Like
and you don't like
you should know how to dry brush,
experiment.
drag, knock down, scramble, and pasto stippling, but you don't need to know the names for those because it just makes you sound like a pompous. Chance. Oh, accidental art. I did that today. This one.
It's nice.
It's not nice.
Isn't that nice?
Okay. Classic. I did that. Right?
Yeah.
Classic.
Classicism.
Collage. I hate collage. Zach, do you like collage?
Yeah, hate to love it. Yeah.
He hates to love it. Yeah.
It's okay to
Did you get to Monday Park for some walking in the woods?
No, I will let down.
You'll notice Kelly isn't online. She says it's because she's using resin, but the truth is because she hasn't done her reading assignment.
Yeah, shit. Our assignments are overdue.
We're losing more friends this way. We should stop giving assignments.
Kelly, have you read your reading assignment?
Not yet. I have to find the book.
Do you remember what your reading assignment was?
Hunger Games.
Yeah, and it's sitting on your kitchen table, isn't it?
No, I have to find it in my other room.
Oh, you went from your kitchen table to I can't find it.
No, it's upstairs by the computer.
Okay, well, next Wednesday I'd like to have a talk about chapter 1.
I haven't got to chapter 1.
Maybe you'll love it though.
Maybe.
Felix, on our road trip, we listened to Arthur C. Clarke, and we were just driving and listening, and he got really engrossed, and I think it shifted his reading patterns because now he's reading Dracula and a lot of Cthulhu, and that'd be Lovecraft, and he shifted quite a bit from reading kind of teenagery books to classics.
It also helps his friends read cool stuff too.
Yeah, but like I think that big shift really came when
What was that? Oh my God.
what?
Sorry, I saw something very eye-catching. It might have been another rapture. Oh, the descent.
Okay.
Look at that contrast.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll paint. But I'll paint my own.
Yeah, that's good.
Isn't that nice? What are they wearing during the rapture as this body descends? What are you descending in?
Wait, is it the rapture or is it the descent? Because those are very different bodies. One's all bloody and corpsey, and the other one is like pure light.
Which is which?
The rapture is light. Actually, it could be bloody.
You got
I haven't
down.
seen the rapture yet, so I'm not 100% on that.
What was you feeling?
I think light and blood, actually. Because
Zach, have we talked life after death?
Maybe.
What do you think happens?
Could be anything.
100% could be anything.
You probably get captured by some moon-based soul catcher and recycled into this karmic wheel of torture
Lizard people?
and harvested your energy
and
for another round.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I've got some kind of reincarnation ideas. Yeah.
I'll tell you my flaw with that one.
Yeah, there's plenty for sure. There's holes to pick.
But can I tell you my flaw for myself? Because that would be great. The idea of just doing laps, right? Can I tell you my problem?
No, it's not great. It's like a program. I think there's other levels to it, and that karmic karma, it's not about the trap. Like samsara is not the trap,
Can I tell you
but
what
it's like something to get, something, yeah. Shoot. Help me out here. Get me out of this.
I don't remember enough of my last lives to really make them useful to me.
Ooh, yeah. Right.
Unless I'm on the first one of infinity,
Mm,
which seems
which is,
a little bit improbable, but also
yeah.
here's a funny thought. Do you know that they say the number of people on Earth that are alive right now is the same number of people that lived before, say, like 1950 or something like that? So there's like half the people that ever lived are alive right now because of the population growth. Have you ever heard that?
Whoa, that's wild. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, so that's not too shocking until you consider. You've probably thought to yourself, well, what if we're the last generation? They go, oh man, we've been around for like 1,000,000 years or 100,000 years. What are the chances of us being, we're born in the lifespan of the last generation to ever live?
Yeah.
And the answer would be 50-50, right? If half the people that ever lived are alive right now, and half the people that ever lived came over the last 100,000 years, well, then there was a 1 in 2 chance that you were in the party of people that were the last to live. Which is shocking, right? But I think, and I've been reading a lot lately and testing out some ideas, I think we have minimum 5 generations. I think there's going to be at least 5 generations left. Worst case scenario.
Oh, that's plenty.
Well, I grew up at a time where we thought, why have kids? Because they probably won't live, their whole lives, or their kids won't have kids. Like I grew up with an apocalypse.
Really? Even that's interesting.
Did you?
Yeah.
The sense of like
why bother?
And that I blame the baby boomers for that, because they went through their lives and they kind of raised me to think like
it's not going to get better than this, bub.
Yeah, that was it of the last generation.
Yeah.
But and I'm not sure that they intentionally meant me to grow up as nihilistic as I did, but for sure also that I lived through the 90s. You were born in the 90s.
Born before the 90s.
By a hair. There's a lot of nihilism in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only just starting to think that the world might live at least 5 generations. And that's a brilliant thought to me. Because also, like, the way I grew up was you had to practice going under your desk for a nuclear war, and everybody knew it wouldn't help. Your desk isn't going to protect you from a nuclear war. But we did practices where we climbed under the desk. Where's Scott? He'd know this.
Scott's here. Oh, Scott says, I love the car. If I could paint monochromatically like that, I'd be rich. Like literally rich. Very nicely done. Scott says you can't go into a gold buyer with a baseball cap or sunglasses. Good to know too.
What's a gold buyer?
Like
where they buy gold?
Yeah.
Right. I love how, like, when you buy gold, if you talk to somebody about like how it'll be valuable forever when they're selling it, the exact same person will tell you that it's not worth anything when you try. You know what I mean? Like when you're buying it, it's gold, so it's got this resale, and it'll be an investment forever. And if you try and sell it, you can sell like a gold necklace that was $5,000 for like 103. That's crazy. The same with diamonds, right? Diamonds are forever, but they're super expensive to buy, and you get nothing back from them.
I saw a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
and it said that that diamonds are like one of the most common things in the universe. The universe is full of diamonds, like carbon flying through the
Yeah.
universe. It's trees that are the rare thing.
Right. And then actually, one of my obnoxious kids last semester, when we were talking about carbon, said, well, can you turn a body into carbon? And I was like, don't be stupid. You know, I didn't say that, but I was thinking all of those like shut downy answers. And everybody I asked gave me the shut downy answer, like, don't be stupid. And then I looked it up and the flipping kid was right. Not only is it possible
A diamond.
to have a human body turned into a diamond,
Yeah.
but it's like a process you can go through instead of
Cremation. That or a vinyl pressing.
Where did you hear that?
It's a thing. People get pressed into vinyl.
How much is that?
Are you rethinking your death process?
100%. Why didn't you tell? Is it expensive?
I don't think so.
You wanted me to walk into the woods and get eaten by a bear?
Well, like I don't want to alter your death plan.
Not that you know it's going to be expensive.
No, I'm just saying I don't think
You
I
knew
should...
that I could have my body turned into a vinyl record, and you kept that away from me. You were one frugal woman.
Just sells 1 million copies.
You are one frugal woman.
It'll be the $1 million.
Just let him go get eaten by.
It'll be the $1 million record.
$1 million record.
Into a playable record.
Shut up. How much?
Have you seen the mushroom pajamas? Those are good.
How much? I don't like that idea.
Put the mushroom pajamas on and turn into the.
I don't like it. Can I tell you that the mushroom pajamas idea might be when I stopped and thought about, wait, but how do I want to die? And that's when I started thinking, because it was a TED Talk, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's yeah, I think so.
I saw the mushroom pajamas TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about my own way to go.
Mm-hmm.
What I realized was what I'd like to do is, you know what I'm going to do, don't you, Zach?
Something about a bear I just heard. I'm not sure.
Cover myself in peanut butter and go for a walk in Kananaskis at 103.
Oh,
I saved my family the burial cost.
dated. Yeah.
Gonna go out for a walk, butt naked, covered in peanut butter, and look for a grizzly, and then, and it'll be on a Wednesday. So like when I'm 103 and Rich Teru goes missing on a Wednesday, if Jess calls the police, everybody will be like, dude, he told you it'd be a Wednesday. But I'm going to save everybody the burial cost. What does it say? How much?
It's between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds.
That can't be right.
But you can save money by having only one side playable audio instead of two sides. And
it costs you like $1,000 to get yourself cremated.
They only use 1 teaspoon of your ashes.
You have to be cremated before they turn you into a record.
Yeah. They don't do the cremation.
That doesn't help.
I have to do the cremation myself.
I'm not wasting money on cremation.
What if we make a big bonfire?
I'm going to feed a grizzly bear with myself.
1 teaspoon of ash per record.
When I'm 103.
That's fair. So you're sticking with your bear plan?
What record? Like, do you pick the songs, or
what if
you
it
give them a
was
playlist?
you reading your book?
What if it was like my favorite hits from Much Music? Or you have all those albums.
R.E.M. Superman.
No, what are those like the yearly pop albums from
Big Shiny Tunes 2?
Yeah, like can you imagine if you're like had your remains put into an album?
Into Big Shiny Tunes 2, that would be the best. My sister and brother would totally do that.
Why do you always say 2? Is that the one you have?
That was the one.
Oh,
Big Shiny Tunes 2 was the one. I like my brother and sister and I listened to that. It's amazing our parents didn't kill us, actually. That was one with drinking in LA.
At 26.
You could always have a recording of yourself if you were actually in a coffin, and like one guy said, "Hey, I don't belong in here. Someone left me in here."
That's not a bad idea. You know where I think that shows your affinity for the scary
The
stuff.
macabre?
Yeah. I should have asked you, Kelly, how to dispose of myself because I bet you got some ideas. Oh, I know. Kelly would have me like
Stuffed
into the wall.
and lit. You could have light put through your eyes.
Right.
Taxidermy.
Actually, some people actually do put their loved ones in a coffee table.
Like in the resin or like their
No,
bodies?
they're actually in the coffee table. Like they're
What if
actually.
I drop
dead in
myself
the
into a
coffee
vat of
table.
resin?
No, I don't think that it would cook the body. I think.
If you resined a human body, do you still have to bury it?
I don't know. It would probably decompose inside the resin.
Also, you know what? I take back what I said about the bear thing.
Amanda laughed. Oh wait.
I said I wanted to be buried in my fursuit in the coffin, and I'd have the last laugh.
Now, Ken Swan, when I was in fourth year drawing, had gotten by without a student loan, and then he took out a student loan because his dad passed away, and he had to pay for the burial. And I remember thinking that was the weirdest thing in the world, too, because I had a $30,000 student loan at that point, and he took out a $10,000 loan, not to buy supplies, not to buy food. He was getting by independently, but he took that money out because it fell upon him to bury his dad. And I remember thinking that was the most horrific thing, that I would never want to leave my family to have to pay for a funeral.
Yeah.
And I mean, it'd be nice to have a big enough estate that you leave each of your kids a house and a Trans Am, but what I didn't want to do is cost anybody anything. So like this also, I should stipulate that the plan where I walk into the woods covered in peanut butter is also like kind of like when all the tattoos I considered in my life, I always thought, well, how will this hold up if I go to prison? Like, can I have a typewriter, old fashioned Remington typewriter tattooed on my forearm if I go to prison? No, I don't think I can. And
No.
so I always had this backup plan of like, what if happens if I end up in prison? Or the other one, what's the other one? Oh yeah, like pushing a shopping cart. Like if you and I are pushing shopping carts in our late 70s, not 90s, that would be my backup plan. That like Rich Taylor screwed up so badly that his kids didn't take him into the basement and let him sleep in the basement. And,
I'd be pretty impressed with us if we were in our 90s and we were pushing a shopping cart.
We're going to be pushing shopping carts in the 90s, and it'll be because of Rumble House. Like,
no, but it's like that's pretty impressive. Like that's a pretty resilient 90-year-old.
What
else do you want out of life?
My best plan is that somebody that I fed in the 2005s sees me pushing a shopping cart and takes pity on me and lets me sleep in their garage. Like, oh, I remember old man Teru took care of me when I was struggling, and that's my retirement plan. Like most Canadians' retirement plans are literally to win the lottery. My retirement plan is to hopefully run into somebody that I fed pizza on a Wednesday, and they see me struggling with my shopping cart going down the street, and they go, "That's just not right. It's not right that Rich struggles like this. He was a good man once." I'm like breaking into your car and like leaving fecal matter behind. The break-in pirate. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna be crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot that part.
I'm gonna be crazy AF.
I like the going to be. That's good.
Like right now, I'm a little unconventional. I'm gonna be batshit crazy when I'm old. It's my actual retirement plan.
I think that would make everything easier to deal with. TBH. I am really enjoying this. Oh my gosh, I'm really enjoying that.
I know. I'm actually integrating a lot of the stuff we talked about tonight.
Oh, I love that.
The black and the white and the drawing and the sculpting and the appropriation and the
allegory.
Yeah, there's really like maybe we should even in just our own practice where I was like, hey, let's talk about curriculum. Like, bahaha, nobody really needs to talk about curriculum. And then all of a sudden I bang out this like,
oh,
maybe it's not a terrible idea just for my own sake to talk about curriculum.
Well, honestly, like I like it. It energized me.
Yeah.
because it gives me
Those 2 weeks that I was mostly talking about curriculum, though,
Yeah.
really kind of emptied me out that I wasn't getting my painting time.
Right, that's true.
And I thought to myself, oh, it's kind of a more dynamic show whilst I was talking rather than painting. Is this for me or other people?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, who's this really for? And obviously it's for me because I've gone back to painting and doing the substandard talking.
You're doing good.
I am. Thank you.
Everything's good. This is a nice night too. I think it's important to remember you just keep like rotating through what works and what doesn't work, and it's not about like one thing that
Well, we had
always
plans that we
works.
started with and then abandoned, and
That's
it's
what I
kind of
mean.
fun when we
Yeah.
remember like, oh, we're supposed to do this and then we didn't.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's that.
There's some loud laughers outside.
We're parked on the street tonight for the 6th day this summer because in theory they're going to clean our parking lot. The only thing is the first 4 times that they did this, there was no attempt to clean the parking lot. So after like risking life and limb to put everything we own on the street, they never followed through. So after this broadcast, I'm going out down to the parking lot to see if anything's been done. And then I'm going to coach myself not to freak out if nothing's been done, because the biggest disappointment was all the broken windows, because there was a bunch of broken windows in our parking lot this summer,
Mm-hmm.
like broken glass everywhere that doesn't help you sleep at night or park. You're like, oh, how come that broken window happened in where that car was, and then the poor owner of that car, day by day, is still looking at their window on the ground. Like, now, in fairness, I think if it was my spot, I would probably get a broom and sweep out my stuff.
Broken window theory.
No, broken window theory. We would have cleaned those spots ourselves.
Especially if it was yours, though.
No,
Oh.
That's not how broken window theory works. I'm not trying to be obstinate.
Oh.
I'm saying, like, if we were like, you and I have cleaned garbage in that parking lot before.
Yeah.
And the reason we cleaned garbage was because I was noticing a pattern of
People marking things with
there's
Tim
markings
Hortons.
in the parking lot with there was
Tim Hortons.
you'd see Tim Hortons cups left around the parking lot, and then the next day where that half-drank Tim Hortons cup was sitting, that window got broken. So somebody was going into the parkade and making decisions on which cars were worth breaking into and marking them with Tim Hortons cups. And then at night they'd come in and they had a little pattern of Tim Hortons cups that they were using to indicate which cars would be the best pickings.
Beautiful.
Is it 9 o'clock?
Beautiful.
How did that happen?
Wow. It is super sculptural, Zach. It's beautiful.
How dark is it with them on?
Hold on, you're muted. He muted it. I can't unmute you.
Can you find
It's midnight. It's midnight in there.
is and is that the purpose? They're like sleepy goggles?
No. I just I wanted to do something different.
What about putting some pinpricks that you can see through?
I thought about it. I thought about like all the little ones. If you did like a little mesh, then you could might actually get some real vision out of it. I thought about that.
Do you want to know?
I thought about how I'd execute it. Even I thought I could like tape the pin first and then peel it after. Yeah.
Do you want to know? Earlier in the night, I was talking about how Jess thinks I'm funny, and sometimes she just laughs her face off, and I'm like, I'm not being funny. And then so like, I was trying to remember why we were in the car, and she started laughing manically at my idea, and I couldn't figure out what was funny about my idea. And then we were just talking about it, and I said, "Oh yeah, it was from the car this morning." Want to know what my idea was that she found so funny? So we have about 12 chips in our windshield,
Yeah.
and they've all
Classic Calgary.
Well, and I drive out to Cochrane, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you Airdrie was pretty chippy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Big time.
Okay, so I've done an amazing job this year of getting my chips
Like filled immediately.
filled immediately. So there's no cracks, but there's at least 12 black dots obscuring my vision. And you can tell, oh, that chip, if there wasn't a windshield, would have gone right through my eyeball because it's right in front of my eyeball while I'm driving. And there's this one particular chip that we've discovered about 4 times, and we keep going back, and the dude is like high as a kite. There's a guy who's high as a kite that does one of those chip things, and he's not even subtle about it. And we keep going back to ask him to fill these chips, and he keeps telling us he's already done that chip, and that he's not going to charge us to do it again. So here's this guy baked out of his mind, and we keep asking him to fill the same chip, and it's like he must look at us and go,
They must be high.
those dudes are baked out of their mind, right? Like,
You're like that dog.
yeah. So I discovered another chip today, and I told my wife, I think I know, because we heard this rock sound when this truck went by, and I told my wife, I think I know where that rock landed because there's this one huge chip in my windshield. And Jess is like, oh, you know what? We've had that chip filled a few times, and that guy keeps laughing at us because he was not going to charge us to fill a chip that's already been chipped. And I had this idea that since half of the chips that I have sit on the skyline and the other half of the chips sit at the road line, I'm going to get a blue paint marker, and on the inside of the windshield, I'm gonna put a little dot where the chips are, and that'll do 2 things. When I think I have a new chip and I get it fixed,
Yeah.
I'll have a blue paint marker on the inside indicating that this chip's already been fixed. But also up against the blue sky, I won't see the chip. I'm going to see blue on blue, and it'll blend in with the sky as best as I'm driving. I just thought that was so funny. And I was like, I'm not being funny.
That's what we're doing.
I think it's pretty funny. I think it's funny that you're both like, it goes both ways. Like, oh my God, these guys don't know what they're doing. And you're like, this guy has no idea what he's doing.
Well, there's that part, but there's also the part where, like, if I paint the chips blue on the inside of the windshield, they won't distract my vision while I'm driving anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Camouflage them. Yeah.
That is one of the I don't do a lot of assignments, but one of the assignments I really like to do is I'll take the kids outside and I'll give them a piece of white paper, and we take out the blue paints and the water and the whites and all the colors, and we try and paint the sky the exact same color. Like, go out and color match the sky, and when you do, you can paint on a little circle the exact right color of the sky, and if you hold it up in your hand and take a picture, it looks like there's a hole in your hand.
Cool.
That's a pretty fun experiment, but it's got to be on the right day, and you need the right group of kids. And
Yeah.
there's
That's
a lot
a cool move.
for tomfoolery if they're not really bought in. So
Yeah.
I haven't made a bear in 3 months, and this is the first guy I've made.
Here, let me see.
Welcome back.
Oh, I like him.
And
you
then
haven't
you
made a beer in 3 months, and
have
that
a little guy sitting on him. So this is the guy that will sit on his back. Oh, this guy.
Oh,
So it's from another artist. And then
cute.
his fin will be different colors.
Very cute.
So he wasn't lunch. The guy actually, the iguana has his chew toy.
That's cute. And then the bunny gets to just ride on top.
Yeah.
That's
and then he stings him. And he says, "It's in my nature."
no.
So yeah, I only have now 1,100 plus bears to go.
To make or to sell?
to make.
Wait, I don't understand. Do you have to make 1,100 bears?
No, I have 1,100 bears, but I haven't made them, so they've been sitting here.
Oh my goodness.
Do you really have 1,100, or are you being funny?
No, I have 1,100
That's a pretty round number.
ish, 1,100 something.
Like
I lost
1,100
count
what?
after 1,000.
What?
I lost count after 1,000
Oh,
because I do count
I'm not
them, and then
making
actually
fun.
I'll put in different color schemes.
I was wondering how you do your math, because I had to try and guess how many paintings I did to keep Rumble open. And I sort of guessed that it was around this many, based on this many, based on that many. So I was actually wondering about your process. I wasn't being flippant.
No, I have like these little laundry. They're for when you put your clothes away. These little laundry things. And so what
Yeah.
I did is I built 2 of them, and then I started counting the bears and sticking them in there, and then whatever. Like I think I can get about 500-600 into one.
Here's a scary
Oh,
thought.
wow.
Want to hear a scary thought?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
How much do you think you spend on each bear? Like
Between-
materials, bear, like the overall full price. What do you think goes into each
Well, I'll
bear?
give you an example. Last year I spent $5,000 on just bears.
No, I mean on one bear.
One bear is usually between $2 and $8.
So you might have spent $88,000 on bears.
Probably. Maybe.
That's scary.
Yeah, well, that's over the years, though. I've got bears.
I'm not saying, yeah, no, like,
years ago.
Like everyone's buying their art supplies,
yeah,
right?
like Jesse and I could have bought a house for what we put into going back to living on the streets. For sure, we could have had a house, or we actually measured it out in cars at first. Like 2 Mustangs and a Camaro is what we could have had instead of Rumble House and Gorilla House if we added it all up.
Give you an example. I haven't. I think for resin, in the last 4 years, I've spent probably close to $3,000 in just resin. Today, I actually just used 3 gallons today.
So
Wow.
$3,000 in resin isn't shocking to me at all, right?
Just- yeah.
That fits in a natural boundary that Jess and I live with. Is like we were broke, and she ordered a $600 typewriter, and that's not unusual for us, right? Like,
Yeah.
we just got that paid off today because we finally got our September paycheck. But that's not
Okay.
weird to us at all to say, oh, we bought a $600. Well, I mean, it writes cursive for one thing, but and it's life changing. But it is not a shock at all to go into the art store and come out $1,000 later. But when you add it up, big picture. I want to say big screen, but I mean big picture. When you say you have 1,100 bears,
Yep.
and that they might have cost $8 per bear, some cost $2 per bear, right? That's between $20,000 and $88,000 worth of supplies. That's like
Yeah.
jarring, right?
Well, it's over the years. I think I've got about 1,000 bottles of paint,
Yeah.
approximately. Like the
Yeah.
drawer I have right here, it's full. There's a drawer up here that's full of paint. There's a drawer up here full of paint. There's a drawer in the bottom. Then there's paint over on the other side.
Before I opened Gorilla House, if somebody asked me if I was still painting, I would have said I'm $600 away from making a painting. That was a number that I had at the ready for anybody that said, "Hey, you went to art school. Do you still paint?" I would have said I'm $600 away from making a painting.
Yeah.
Because I needed canvas, I needed brushes, I needed
Paint.
I needed forget about studio space. I said if I had the space to do it, I'm still $600 away.
You know, like it does add up. Like the mica over in the corner there, it's not cheap. It's like about $10 for a jar. The other mica that I get is from the manufacturer, and a tiny little thing like that big is $40.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I had to buy $700 worth.
Right.
So, and they're smaller than this.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's chameleon paint, so they use it on cars.
Very
So
cool.
make the cars look like a shimmery effect.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'll use it in the resin.
Well, for the troll mural, I think it could have cost us a couple $1,000s worth of paint.
Yeah.
And luckily, Mark was moving, so we got it for a couple $100 worth of paint, and that was nice. But there is kind of like this ongoing, like, it's like couches too, right? If you
Yeah.
want a couch, it could cost you a couple $1,000s, and then you have it for a few years, and then you got to pay it to get rid of it, right? Like, anybody want this couch? It was $1,000. Like, okay, well, will anybody take this couch away? I'll give you $50.
Well, that's kind of like with our kitchen table. So our kitchen table apparently is actually over 100 years old, and the chairs were broken from his parents, and his grandparents actually owned the table. And so we could have went and bought brand new chairs, but Stephen didn't want to do that. So we ended up we were spending $3,000 to get them redone, but the wood's all damaged, so they're getting whatever they're going to do. They're going to replace the wood, keep some of the original wood.
You're talking to the wrong guy if you want us to argue with you, because I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was close to his mom, so he wants to keep that set. So that's why we're doing it.
You don't have to pitch me on that idea. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. So the guy who's doing it, he does wonderful work.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of wing chairs, I think they're called, from the 1940s, and he redid the fabric and everything, and they look awesome.
We're kind of thinking that way about the cars. We're going to spend more money on fixing our car. Probably it gets to a point where you're spending as much money on fixing your car as you would if you just bought a new one. But I never want to give my car away, and they stopped making them. So we got a road trip.
That one. Which car is that? The Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that my car they don't make anymore. The Nissan Sentra SER version, they don't make it. It's 20 years old now.
Yeah.
And I'd rather keep it.
Totally.
It's like motorcycles, right? You keep them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know? Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you for the sake of disagreeing, but I do have a theory about motorcycles and boats. You want to hear it?
Yep.
We think of motorcycles and boats as kind of rusting and depreciating at the same rate as a car. But sometimes you see these boats from the 1950s and they look brand new. And you're like, how does a boat from the 50s look so nice and new? And I think it's the same with like the travel vans. Like you can buy a travel van from the 80s that's in still pretty great shape. And I think motorcycles and travel vehicles and boats, those recreational things, can last decades longer than you expect them to, because a motorcycle from the 1970s hasn't been driven as much as my Volkswagen that's 5 years old, right? Like, because people don't get on them and ride on them all day, every day, and take them on road trips and stuff. They do. There are motorcycles that go on road trips, but for the most part, your mileage on those cars, like the van we had very little miles on it, right? Because they might have bought it and gone to BC and back, but then they didn't drive it for 5 years. And so cars can age differently when they're not your daily, whatever. So yeah, but boats and motorcycles, not to be disagreeable, because I know I come off as disagreeable sometimes, but boats and motorcycles can live quite a bit longer than you'd expect, because they don't get the daily. Your motorcycle in Alberta, if it's 20 years old, at best it's 10 years old, because it sat 10 years, hopefully inside, but it hasn't been ridden for 8 months a year.
I have a friend that's in BC. He's got a bike that's from the 1940s, or I think it's 1950. Kind of looks like your bike, but it's older. And what he did is he drained the oil. He brought it inside the house and he made it into a man cave, and he actually plugs it in so the headlight actually turns on. It's like a man cave kind of thing. It's really cool, actually.
That's fun.
He redid it. He repainted it and everything.
That's lovely.
It doesn't run because he's taken everything out. Well, the oil is out of
I
it.
remember you telling me about this when my bike wasn't running.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to do. Some people do that. They take their old bikes and then they make it into
Do you remember why we don't do that?
because you don't have the room.
Because I live on the 15th floor of an apartment building.
And
Oh,
we
you don't drive it up the stairwell.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before. Like Animal House, you probably could ride it up a flight of stairs, like the one there. Each
Mhm.
story is 2 flights, and you could probably go up one, but there isn't room to turn the motorcycle.
Pivot!
There's
no
there
pivot
isn't
over it.
any way, unless you brought it up in boxes and assembled it inside the apartment. There isn't any way to bring a motorcycle into, and I think the weight of it in this apartment could be like concerning as well. It would probably go through the floor.
It's like today they actually were digging down the foundation outside the condo here, and the guy actually I could put my hand right outside the wall because he had to dig into the drywall. All I heard was banging, but all the stuff on the wall.
Do you put stuff in the road when you see holes in the road?
Heck no.
I always do. I always stash things. If I walk by a road and it's been all dug up and they're about to fill it up, the first time it ever happened, it was like I was walking home and I noticed my watch broke. And I was walking home and I saw that this road was being excavated. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be neat if a million years from now somebody dug it up and found my watch? And it was my first watch. It was that kid watch you had that was about this big, like a Timex.
Yeah.
And it had a blue and red strap. I bet you can find a picture of it. Timex. And it looked funny on my wrist because I was an adult.
I did something like that similar, but I put a skeleton that says someone left me here in my mom's ceiling.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You said that.
So
I
that's
was talking about that about 20 minutes ago.
that will be there for a while. I kind of want to booby trap the basement now. I want to put one in the basement so if they go down, the rest of his body will kind of fly out.
Okay. This is the watch band that was on my Timex. Only it turned black because I had it since I was a kid. And this maybe is what the watch looked like. Hold on. Like this, but with the red. No, that's not it. That's why I was so excited about getting Felix that watch. 927? Are you
That's
picking
nice.
a song?
Oh,
What do you think of my painting this?
I love your painting.
It's kind of nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where should I send it? I think it's the wrong size to send. I could trim it into several paintings, couldn't I?
I know. I started looking at it in strips. It's actually really interesting.
Have you guys started school?
We are back.
We've started school. The kids
The
haven't.
kids
yet.
are starting next week.
Oh, so it's just getting used to the classroom and doing
All the prep work.
Mostly meetings.
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of meetings?
A lot of prep work.
Oh, I've had meetings.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
can't wait.
it'll be really nice.
Get to see who's back and who's starting this year with you.
It'll be nice. It'll be a nice year. We're working on PMA, positive mental attitude.
To be
Yay.
honest, going back to work is the worst part is just separating from my family. And maybe this year was a little easier. Normally, I have a shit ton of Jesse and a shit ton of Felix over the summer.
Mhm.
And at the end of the summer, Felix goes back to his school and it's devastating. And then Jesse and I drive towards work and separate, and that's devastating. And I think I'd happily do just about anything for free if I was still with my family. But this year, Felix spent 2 weeks at camp. And so there was that separation
Yeah.
that when he went back to school, it wasn't that much of a shock. And you and I did such a good job of consuming the summer that we did separate on the way to work, but I carry it in my heart everywhere I go.
In my pocket.
Yeah. And so this, I think also being sober has really been a big difference in how teachers with 2 months off that drink feels like kind of a busy weekend where you get to sit down and relax right before you go back to work. Like around August 25th, you start to settle in, you rest for a couple of days, and then you're back in school. When we quit drinking, I think around my birthday, around the 17th of July, I started to feel restful and like I had time off. Like I would say, oh, teachers, they get 2 months off. You're like, bam! Because it's not, sorry. But really up until this year, and especially shutting the gallery down also might be part of it. Up until this year, I would say that normally it felt like 2 or 3 days off by the time you get over the gore. And this year, I think we've had a month and a half off, which I guess is kind of normal for people our age. Right? Like how much time off does your dad get?
Yeah, he
It's beautiful.
he doesn't take a day off all year, and then he takes I guess a month and a half.
Yeah, like when I was working at CyberSurf, it wasn't even 2 weeks. It was a matter of days off per year.
To begin with, or like for how long did you work there? Because I imagine would that go up or never goes up?
Well, I've said this before about that space is that if you took days off,
Right.
the salespeople would give
It's
your
different.
jobs to different designers.
Mhm.
And so you kind of like made yourself redundant by not being there.
Right.
So in theory, you could have taken off, I think, 14 days a year, but
But-
no one ever took it. When I left, it wasn't 14 days a year. Sorry. It was, I think we had like a mandatory week off, but you didn't actually take it and you would end up getting paid for it because it wasn't worth the risk of losing all your accounts.
That's so stressful. Who needs that?
Well, and like nobody ever said that. It was just kind of like the,
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna want to stay and keep your, like, you want to feel important, like you want to feel valued.
It also, in fairness, wasn't that painful to be there.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Like you're there doing artwork and right?
Yeah.
Digital. They're not bad people.
Well, we're just sitting chatting and drawing, really.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too bad. The only thing is it wasn't like meaningful.
Right.
So my job at CyberSurf, had I worked with you, I would have gladly done for free.
There you go. We wouldn't have need to take breaks.
And then that job doesn't even really exist anymore.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing. Hey, you were talking about that you kind of were around when they started the online design, and then we've witnessed that.
I started in
Is
early
it
days.
gone?
What?
Is that company gone?
CyberSurf?
So I'm like, there's layers of that answer, and it all comes down to I don't know. But I think there probably is an iteration of like 2 or 3 people still running what that was. But I think it's changed names a few times. It's changed platforms a few times. But the job that we did is long gone, right? So I could look it up.
Oh, okay.
Our friend Bruce that helped us open the gallery had been one of the last people to leave that space. And I don't think he works there anymore, but I think somebody does. In the heyday, there was a Douglas Copen novel that was very much like it. Called Microsurfs, actually. It looks like it still exists. It's still on MapQuest.
MapQuest still exists.
Maybe, I don't know.
I love that.
You know, if you Google search the gallery, it's still our picture. And then when the camera goes by, it'll be something different.
Oh, right. This is so satisfying. I'm really happy. I'm doing the two-tone on the G.
Yeah. I'm trying to be super positive about that needle passing into my line.
I'm trying to go down.
I know. I'm trying to be positive about it.
9:37.
Is it?
Yeah. But you have time to click paint.
Yeah, I just put a dab in. It's supposed to start a new one. All right. Well, are you going to sing to us tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't want to ruin your fun.
No, it's okay.
No, we appreciate you keeping us on task. We appreciate you keeping an eye on the sound. We appreciate your soap bubble paintings. We appreciate you hiding bodies in walls. We appreciate you for everything.
Okay, here.
Where's the lid to this?
This is a good.
Oh, I see it.
Jesus Christ was a handsome man. He had nothing to hide. He said, "Give bread to the hungry. Bring all the homeless inside." Jesus Christ was a dangerous man. That's the way that he died, saying, "Be good to the people you love and love everybody alive. Be good to the people. Be good. Be good to the people you love and love everybody alive." Dr. King was a preacher. He had God on his side. He said, "All God's children are brothers. Don't cast your brother aside." Dr. King was a dangerous man. That's the way that he died. He said, "Be good to the people you love and love everybody alive. Be good to the people. Be good. Be good to the people you love and love everybody alive. There ain't nothing more criminal than kindness. There ain't nothing more valuable than blindness. We'll make anyone a martyr who reminds us everybody's got a right to be free. Be good to the people. Be good. Be good to the people you love and love everybody alive.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That's by Carsey Blanton. She does some really good good political protest songs, contemporary protest songs. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Kelly, for joining us. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you, Scott, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, so I'll be at Shelf Life tomorrow night. Book release and interview and poetry, and check out the Trans Am Rapture and support local
Marcus.
art. Support Marcus.
Local Marcus.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night
Thank you. Night. Bye.
and have a good week.
Right?
Bye.